Hey everybody and welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. As you can see here, I am holding a connecting rod. This is one of the rebuild kit parts from our N55 engine that we are rebuilding. In today's video, we're going to be taking a bunch of these components over to my machine shop that I've been using and have their tech look at everything, get an opinion from a real machinist. This connecting rod here had a few issues, and I want to talk about that in just a moment. Before we do, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like if you enjoy this type of content. Also, make sure to check us out on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports. Nothing major, but this rod never fully got broken. So this is just one piece. The link to everything that we'll be using down in the description as always, and a discount code here. I don't hold companies at fault for issues like this. It's the way that companies react when something like this happens. So I showed Maxpeedingrods. They were like, hey, do this, this, and this. Make sure it is actually like one piece and it didn't, you know, sometimes they get stuck together. And then once we realized that it is still one piece, it never went through the crack process. I'm not sure exactly how that happened. It just must have skipped that part of the production. And they sent me out another one immediately. So I already have a new connecting rod. They sent it out like really fast. In fact, I'm a little surprised about how fast it got to me. And so I've got this one as a memento. And yeah, I'll show you guys real quick that this is actually like one piece. And then the rest of the video goes as follows. Take a bunch of these parts over to my machinist, have him look them over, get his opinion, and then we are able to put the crank into the block. Enjoy the rest of the video. Yeah, right there, that one. You see it? How it's like kind of floating a little bit? Yeah. And when you go to put it back together, it fits together perfectly. Yeah. So that was the only one I was worried. Everything else looks fine so far from what I was seeing. I mean, for the price of the kit, it's kind of hard to complain.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see if it'll kind of, yeah, it's pretty on there. So
okay. Okay. Well, I'm good with that. If you feel comfortable with it, that's fine with me.
I mean, yeah, it's obviously cracked there, but it actually feels like it's pretty snug on there. So
okay.
I can't just pop it off right now.
And I think with it all torqued down, I don't think it'll be.
No, it'll never come out when it's torqued down.
Okay, perfect. That's all I need.
Like, yeah, you might have a risk of it popping off, you know, when you're messing with it, trying to put it on.
So, have you ever seen something like that on like a really expensive?
Like set? Another brake like that?
Yeah, on like an expensive set of connecting rod. Like if I brought you a set of connecting rods and it was $1,500. And you saw that, would you be surprised, or is that kind of happens on occasion?
Well, the thing is, with the cracked rod, they don't really have any control over that.
Right.
Because it'll crack where it wants to.
Right.
So, and generally they don't pull them apart either. They just crack them and then they send them out the door. So I don't know if it would really be any different from another rod. It's just kind of the luck of the draw kind of thing.
Okay.
So you could probably get, buy 100 rods of this and you only have one like this.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, that's what I definitely wanted you to see that one, because that one made me nervous the other day, and of course that was the first one I popped open, so I'm like, oh great, are they all going to be like this? But
no, I wouldn't worry about it, especially like you said, when you torque it down, it'll never come out of there.
Okay.
The only time that would ever come off is when you're maybe trying to put it on the crank or something like that.
Okay, so during installation, just be mindful that might be.
Yeah, and if you see it come off, then I would just what we've done in the past. When stuff on cracked rods didn't, some either it got dropped right here or something like that, it got dinged up. We kind of just relief that spot.
Yeah.
So that way it will not hit the other end. So that way when it goes back together, it hits all the other places, just not that spot that it hit broken.
Okay. Perfect. Well, it stops right there, is that where the lock pin is?
Well, it looks like there might have been a nick there or something, but that won't hurt nothing, just a little stuff. Because it's not gonna move right there anyway.
Right, from right there.
The important spot is right there.
And then even with the onto the connecting rod itself, I thought that felt pretty good too.
Yeah, especially with how skinny of a bearing that is.
The
pin bushing, yeah.
Yeah.
Just how skinny it is. Usually you can feel it, especially on some of these like this, because Cummins rod actually is the same shape, just bigger.
Right. And you'll feel it move a little bit? Okay, well.
But in this case, I can feel a very slight move, but you actually do want a slight movement.
Right. Yeah, you don't want them stuck on each other. Yeah. But,
and these are exactly, that's what, they're supposed to be floating. So you want them to be able to have movement. So.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm excited. Everything looks like it's
you wouldn't feel out of place putting this on a car. You wouldn't be like, oh yeah, that looks weird or nothing.
No, this is about what you normally get. So
cool. Well, I appreciate it. The only other thing I was, when the crankshaft gets out of the hot tank, I was just gonna, and I don't have to do that on camera, but I was gonna have you look at it and just tell me like, same thing. Is there anything like looks weird or abnormal or anything like that? But thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so we are back at the house. The crankshaft here is all polished and cleaned up. I say polished, it was just cleaning off all of the shipping. It was kind of like a thick wax. It wasn't like, I was expecting it to be kind of like a really thick, like cosmoline, and we had to run it through their hot tank like 3 or 4 times to get all that cleaned up. There's a head all ready to go. They did have to do the valve guides, and then obviously the valve seals. That came in the Maxpeedingrod kit. And as you saw earlier, the machinist that was there didn't see anything wrong with the kit, said that it's very common to see things like that in the shop, and they deal with rebuild kits from China all the time. The 2 heads there that are bad, we've talked about that in a previous video. This is the block, the N55 block, another box of parts. This block here is for the race car. That's the N54, my goodness, not N, M. That's the M54 block, so we're not going to be dealing with that one today. And here's the one that was bad. So, lots of components here. Basically, we're taking this one off the stand. We're going to put this block up there. And then in this portion of the video, we're just going to get the rotating assembly, the crank and the bearings put on. And that's all I'm doing this time. And then we'll go through the timing and the top end in a later video.
Well, that broke.
Bam!